Hi, guys. I hope all of you are doing well. So, in this installment, I really wanted to focus on something I touched upon previously, but also many of you did ask me more about it or ask me to explain a bit more about it, which is about how do you sort of get stronger? And the key thing is to how do you look at, building yourself up physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Now, obviously, everyone has their own beliefs and what they deem as, their correct view on life, and that's absolutely fine. All respect to everyone. But the key thing is that in order to make all of these things happen, it's very important to realize what are the patterns that are operating both in terms of your thoughts, your own words to yourself or to other people, and also your actions, your attitude, and so on. So, the whole idea is to overhaul all of that. And it's very important to pay attention to everything because sometimes, yes, it is true that, exercise and a good amount of regular exercise helps. Yes, it's true that, good sleep and being able to have a good routine going for yourself in terms of when you eat and you do different things is important. It's also important to try and find your tribe, as mentioned. And there are a lot of great people out there on TED Talks and so on who have spoken about that. So you can definitely check those out. But the key thing is that unless you really go beneath the surface and really look at the roots as to what's sometimes disrupting your routine or perhaps not allowing you to actually move forward or building that sense of discipline, that's really the key thing here. And you need to tackle that. You need to tackle the patterns of behavior. You need to also be aware of your own inclinations, as to what triggers you, like I mentioned before, and so on. But it's very crucial to maybe, in a way, just to start with, at least something that did work for me was to divide my life into these four parts, which is the physical side, the mental side, the emotional side, and the spiritual side. And it's very key to sort of understand what you need to do to supplement and focus in on each of those areas. And the more I was able to do that, and by sort of slicing or splicing each portion up, was to be able to create something which is a bit more of a balance. Understand gradually where it is I was perhaps not being as strong, or where it was that was causing a lot of weakness, where I needed help. And let me also say that, society sometimes, or the perception that society has of, certain stigmas and groups, yeah, it is there, but a lot of that has changed in a very big way. I mean, people are fully understanding how important mental health is, and how it is something that needs to be combated and people need to be supported and helped. So I would encourage you, all of you, to really think about this. That's how you could create, a routine, a sort of like a regime. Well, maybe not a regime, maybe that's too strong a word out here. Sorry. Uh, but activities and things that you could do to help build yourself up even more. Um, Reading, writing, your entertainment part, like I mentioned earlier, your hobbies, your passions, finding a tribe, being able to sort of, lift yourself up. Because remember one thing, at the end of the day, it's important to ask for help, but the hard work is what needs to come from within you. And believe me, I know many of you who might be viewing this and saying, that's not so easy. And it's easy for you to say, well, you know me, if you've been following this series, that it was hard. It was very, very hard, especially a certain period of time in my life. It was so difficult. It was like, a broken hand and you're just forced to use it to try and lift things. It's excruciating. But given time and given persistence, given perseverance, it does happen. So look at it that way very carefully as to what it is that can really help you develop and grow. What are the elements that fit into the physical side, the mental side, the emotional side, and most importantly, at least to me, the spiritual side. Because the spiritual side, and again, whatever your views are, and whatever it is that provides you with that sense of solace and focus and mission and aim and so on, embrace that, follow that, and use that to sort of create the new soil, the bedrock, if you will, upon which you'll build something new about yourself. So I wish all of you well. I wish all of you nothing but happiness, love, and peace. Do take care. Thanks to many of you who have shared these videos. I hope they help other people as well. I will be continuing to put out more videos as well on different other aspects which are there. Until next time, guys, stay safe.